Strong winds are the reason PG&E is warning about another potential power shutoff this weekend.
Yeah, this one could be the biggest one yet. Take a look at the map of potential outage areas. They cover large parts of the Bay Area, including much of the North Bay, East Bay, San Mateo County. In all, more than 2 million people across PG&E's service area could be affected. KPIX 5's Devin Fehely on what we've just learned about when the power could be turned off. Devin?
Yeah, several police and fire departments are warning the public to be ready for power shutoffs as early as 1 o'clock tomorrow. That is far earlier than anything that PG&E has announced. There is not yet confirmation from the utility about that earlier start time. Now, these power shutoffs, they have the ability to affect giant corporations, small businesses, and everyone in between. And business leaders here in Silicon Valley say right now there is no greater threat to their future business than the unreliability of the power grid.
California's economy is the 5th largest on the planet, but Silicon Valley leaders fear all that could be short-circuited by an unreliable power grid.
The uncertainty that they face is the biggest threat they have to running their businesses in Silicon Valley today.
The latest round of power shutoffs that could potentially plunge hundreds of thousands of people and businesses into the dark dominated the conversation at the annual meeting of the Silicon Valley Leadership Group.
What happens to California's economy without a reliable source of power?
I think I join every leader in California to express my deep concern that this cannot be the new normal.
Signs of that new normal were in evidence at a Home Depot in the South Bay, where people were once again stocking up, fearing that the power might shut down.
Kind of frustrating, being that we've got to shut our power off, What about the people that are sick, that have oxygen machines and they've got refrigerators that can't be shut down because they might have medication in there.
The options for the average homeowner are few and fairly expensive. High-tech companies, business leaders say, will likely do one of two things: find ways to wean themselves off the grid or leave.
There are many companies that are investing in what we call microgrids, local power generation and storage right there on their sites. And now cities are increasingly investing in them.
Those solutions, however, take time, and time may be in as short supply as reliable power.
Should we have to wait a decade before we have a better answer than shutting off the power?
We should not have to wait 10 years for the solution to this problem. But this is such a fundamental problem. I think we're going to have to figure out ways to accelerate the innovation.
Now, power shutoffs are disruptive to the average person, to the average family. They are doubly so for high-tech businesses. And make no mistake, these big businesses, they're not going to wait a decade for a solution before they begin to consider their options, one of which may be simply moving someplace else. In Milpitas, Devin Fehely, KPIX 5.
And we are waiting on another update from PG&E. It's scheduled for 5:30 tonight. You can find links to check whether your address is on the potential outage map or on our website. We also have a complete survival guide there. And if your power is out, you can always catch our newscast streaming live on KPIX.com.